Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Chicago Cubs vs Colorado Rockies, Boston Red Sox vs Detroit Tigers, Cleveland and New York Mets vs Miami Marlins, which are happening on Thursday, August 5, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Mets starter Rich Hill has not looked good in his 2 starts since joining the Mets in a trade with the Rays, surrendering 7 runs on 10 hits in 10 innings of work. Hill's ERA is now over 4, and his FIP is even higher at 4.73, which suggests that his ERA figure could still rise. Furthermore, this Mets team is having big difficulties against the Marlins this season. Miami has won 5 of the 8 meetings, including 2 victories in this series. The Chicago Cubs have had a terrible second half to the season. They are unable to find rhythm and seem to be on a collapse. The team is scoring a league-low 4.2 runs per game and allowing 4.6 runs per game. They are 3-7 in their last 10 games and are on a 2-game losing streak. To make matters worse for them, the majority of their losses have come on the road, with their record being 20-36. Jake Arrieta will be taking the mound to try and change this narrative for the team. Trevor Rogers was scratched from his start, and this will likely be a bullpen start for Miami. They have not announced starters until a few hours before the first pitch in this series. Miami is dealing with a few significant injuries to the staff, and the pitching has still been very effective. Jordan Holloway is a candidate to log some innings. The young right-hander has made 13 appearances, including 4 starts, and has filed a 3.43 ERA and a 1.43 WHIP on the season. Braxton Garrett could also pitch. The right-hander features a 4.37 ERA in 5 outings. Miami has rebounded from a sweep by the Yankees with a victory in the first 2 bouts of this series, as the pitching continues to shine and the bats are showing signs of heating up. They are now .500 at home this season. Brian Anderson has provided the Marlins with much-needed production upon his return from injury a few weeks ago. The 28-year-old has amassed 5 RBIs in his last 7 games and has 16 RBIs and a .709 OPS in 43 games. Anderson is 7 for 23 against the Mets. Miami is scoring an average of 3.89 runs per game, ranking them 27th in the big leagues. The pitching staff enters with a 3.52 team ERA, landing them 5th overall. My betting advice for that game is to pick Miami Marlins on the money line. Boston has been too good all season for me to fade them at this point. Odds makers have been forced to set a low price on the Red Sox due to their losing skid, but this is a nice bounce-back spot. Neither starting pitcher has been particularly good, which makes me want to look at both offenses. Boston is much better than Detroit at the plate. The Red Sox enter Wednesday's action having lost 5 straight games for the first time all season and will need to get things turned around quickly, as they are losing ground quickly in the loaded AL West. Starting pitching has been the main concern, as the Red Sox have allowed 36 total runs during the streak, but the offense also didn't get much going against the Tigers on Tuesday. Eduardo Rodriguez will take the mound on Wednesday night looking to even the series while getting Boston back on track. Boston has fallen all the way to 53-53 against the spread, yet remains up a huge amount on the money line, as it has exceeded expectations following a last-place finish in 2020. Overs are 45-56.5 for the Red Sox after their last 2 games went under the betting total. Detroit entered the second half of the season sitting 11 games under .500, but it went on a tear immediately following the All-Star break. The Tigers won 7 consecutive games, sweeping Minnesota and Texas. They cooled off after that, losing 6 of their next 9 games, but they have responded with a pair of wins. Detroit is still 5 games under .500 and is 12 games back in the AL Central. The most promising path to the postseason is the wild card race, where the Tigers are 8.5 games back of Oakland for the second spot. Their offense is sitting at number 15 with a team batting average of .242. Second baseman Jonathan Schoop has been the most consistent bat in the lineup, recording 115 hits at a .283 clip. Third baseman Jonathan Candelario has 101 hits, while left fielder Robbie Grossman has added 86 hits. They will be facing a Boston pitching staff that is number 14 with a team ERA of 4.20. Southpaw Tarik Skubal is in line to start for Detroit on Thursday afternoon. He allowed 4 runs on 7 hits across 5.2 innings against Baltimore in his last start. Skubal has given up 8 homers in his last 4 starts, which has caused his ERA to balloon to 5.16. My betting advice for that game is to pick Boston Red Sox. Jake Arrieta is 5-10 this season with a 6.20 ERA and 78 IP. He is having one of his worst seasons and doesn't seem like it's going to get any better. A 6.20 ERA is a new area for Arrieta, and he needs to be better. For the Cubs to do better, he will need to be one of the veteran players who steps up. Marquez has been one of the most consistent pitchers in baseball over the last 2 months. He's posted quality starts in 12 of his previous 15 starts, while allowing 2 earned runs or fewer 10 times during that span. The Rockies' right-hander also owns a 6.2 record and 3.29 ERA at home in Coors Field, which has not been an easy place to pitch for Cubs starter Jake Arrieta. The Mets have lost 3 straight games and 5 of their last 6 games, which has reduced their lead in the NL East to 1.5 games. With Philadelphia and Atlanta on their heels, they will try to put an end to their slump and increase their division lead with a win over the Marlins. The Rockies will turn to staff ace German Marquez for the series finale at Coors Field on Thursday afternoon. The 26-year-old had a rocky start to the season, but has turned things around in a big way. Marquez has posted 12 quality starts in his last 15 outings, including his previous start against the San Diego Padres. He limited San Diego to just 2 runs with 7 strikeouts and 6 innings of work to escape with a win. Marquez enters with a 9.8 overall record and a 3.51 ERA in 22 starts. Despite a slow start to the season, Marquez appears to be better than ever on the mound for Colorado. Miami's pitching is one of the best in the league. Opponents have a .229 batting average against the Marlins, which is 8th in the league. Their 3.53 ERA is 5th, while their 1.21 WHIP is 7th. The Rockies' right-hander has held opponents to a career-low .217 batting average in 2021, and he's fanned 9.23 batters per 9 innings of work, the second highest rate of his career. He's also logged a 52.6% ground ball rate, good for 4th among qualified MLB starting pitchers, and his highest rate as a full-time starter. My betting advice for that game is to pick Colorado Rockies. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.